It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stop the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stop the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, loud, no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, loud, no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, sleep Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. A good week to be a Chelsea fan. You could say an emphatic win, except for, that one goal we considered. Sanchez, you could say, for all the right reasons, it was furious. But that's, by the way, it was an excellent performance, controlled, professional. I get it. Some people try to downplay it, but we're talking about Rosenior coming against one of the most you could say experienced tacticians in the Premier League. An excellent tactician at that. So good at what he does that he tell you that next time we meet, if you play this way, you will be in serious trouble. But that's, by the way, a good win for us. We'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll talk about the recall of Aaron Anselmino. We'll talk about Jeremy Jacquet. We will talk about there are other news items out there that I think it's important that we talk about. But more importantly, welcome. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this morning. And as usual, I will say hello to those of you in the chat. Give me a second. I'm struggling with some stuff here. My connection has been shaky since because of the storm. It's not been stable, but looks like it's going to be better today. That's why, I have the confidence that we'll be able to get through the show without experiencing connection issues. I hope so. But by the way, give me a second here. I'm going to say hello to all of you in the chat, then get back to the presentation window so we can start talking about the show proper. Let's see who is already in the chat. 13 comments already. Give me a second here. Dang it. All right, who do we have here? We have Estevao. He was on fire. I'd like to analyze that goal. What he did there reflects his football and intelligence. Rosenior quietly started his tenure on, and I have to say, I give him credit for how pragmatic he's proven that he can be. That was my biggest concern. But the guy is he's showing that he knows his stuff. Big up to you too, MB05. Nice to see you. He said, I'm happy that Chelsea won 3-1 against Crystal Palace. Up to Chelsea as always. Let's hope Chelsea smash Napoli on Wednesday. I think we can, but let's see how that pans out. Napoli lost to Juventus 3-0. They have injury issues, but that's no guarantee that we're definitely beating them. Hello to you too. Let's see, what else do we have here? I don't want to read that this morning. Typical funny moment. It got too funny that Coach nearly ended the stream. Why? I'm not sure what you're referencing here. Estevao was on fire. Okay, but nice to see you there, Cole Palmer. In the Marafawale, aka Cole Palmer. Always nice to see you. All the match here. Yep, the song. Arsenal lost. What a week to be a Chelsea fan. Would have loved the game to end in a draw so that both teams will each lose 2 points. dropped 2 points. Good for us, and good for us in the sense that Arsenal would just still drop points in their chance as they pursue the title. Yep, a big up to you too, Tebe. Ooh, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I think I'm caught up. I'm just going to say hello to everybody. I'd be nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I think the CC will get sold. I think he was training the other day to raise his value. Training doesn't raise your value. You have to be playing games. Watson sent off. He was nervous, probably auditioning for Chelsea. That's all I can say for that. But that's, by the way, we have the captain of the community in Constantine Dunn, and of course, Bobby, our senior panelist. But we get to the news items. We'll start addressing the news items we have lined up, and then come back and discuss the game. A lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm happy. The signs are good. I know people are trying to downplay, saying, "Remember that Graham Potter won how many games in a row?" But this is different. These are more difficult games than we played under Graham Potter. You can say that Graham Potter had to deal with when he started as our manager. These are, it's for so many reasons, more difficult games. But that's, by the way. Let's see. It's a Lampard has worked with 10 or above different managers, and he still became one of the best midfielders in the world. Big up to you too, Mike Noom. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. So we're going to start addressing the news items immediately, get through it, then we get to the game proper. The first one here, if you're in the chat, if you know him, tell us what you know about him. Educate us on the sort of player that he is. But a lot of people are saying that he's an excellent talent. We're talking about Chelsea. Report that Chelsea have announced the signing of Yisa Alao. That sounds like a name that's of Nigerian origin, I think. Yoruba, to be precise there. Yeah, I think so. What's going on here? Sorry, I'm struggling with this a bit. 11. So Yisa Alao agreeing a contract with the Blues until 2028. So that's his a 2-year contract. So I think there's something. Why is it such a short length contract? Probably because he wants to see if he gets to. We could say if you get a chance to be part of the first team. If not, cause all parties will call it quits. And the club agrees because they see he's a good talent and probably maybe he's capable of making it into the first team. I'm not sure why. It's just a 2-year contract. But that's, by the way, Dante, thank you for finding the time to join on the panel. Bobby, the same to you. Bobby, big up. The question I want to ask you, why do you think it's just a 2-year contract? I think, in my opinion, because the kid is good and the club believes he's good. And the kid wants to see if he gets a chance, you could say, gets the opportunity to be integrated into the first team. If not, he looks for opportunity. He'd look for the opportunity elsewhere. But let's say you, Bobby, and big up. Good morning. I do hope you're doing well.
Yeah, big up, guys. I hope I don't get a phone call because it will just cut me off because I'm out on the road.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know this kid, coach. I don't know how old he is. I don't even know what position he plays.
Right back, I think.
Oh, right back. Well, it's probably like a trial thing, isn't it? Back in the day, players will come and they will have trials. The trials those days will probably usually be done in behind closed doors or in youth games. But in those days, we had what we call the football conference, which was a league that was run for this sort of thing and for players coming back from injury. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know this guy.
All
I
right.
really
Dante, how
don't.
about you? I don't know him either.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up to you too.
Yeah, look, he's a left wing back coach, not a right back.
Not right back. Okay.
Yeah, he's a left wing back. He's played for Sheffield Wednesday, where he played there as a wing back in a back five. So yeah, that's all I know about him. I don't know anything else about
Okay,
him.
but let's get. Why do you think it's just it's just a 2-year contract?
Just keeping options open for Chelsea and for probably the player as well. So for both sides, it's like Bobby said, kind of a trial in a way. He'll go with the youth team, play for the youth team. If he does well there and earns it, well, then he'll get a proper contract after a much longer contract. So it's just, so he doesn't get tied in. We don't tie him in for a long period. So, and he keeps his options open as well. So it's probably a call from both camps, to be honest. One of them would have wanted that. Which one, we don't know, but one of them would have wanted that. So they agreed upon a shorter contract.
Do you think that to any measure you could say reflects a belief in the kid that he's gonna, or maybe you could say from his perspective, he believes he's capable of becoming part of the first team, but if after 2 years that doesn't work out, it's bye, Felicia.
Probably, yeah. That's probably the way, he might be looking at it, and his agent and himself, probably exactly that. You would think so, but we don't know the details. So we can't really say. But obviously, someone wanted that because otherwise it would have been a longer contract. So one of the parties definitely
Yeah.
wanted that, a shorter contract for a specific reason, which we don't know yet.
All right, thank you so much for that. What other item do we have? Not too many, but chances are we'll talk a lot about the small items we have lined up. So, Dante, while I'm still with you, I'm quite sure you've seen the news that, according to, we're on the timeline of Transfer Guru himself, Fabrizio Romano, and this particular report reads that breaking news: Chelsea officially activated the recall clause for Aaron Anselmino back to the club this week. Borussia Dortmund informed today as Chelsea FC had recall clause and wanted Anselmino as a part of the squad after excellent impact at BVB. Deal done, as David Austin reported. Houston, I read something else, a follow-up report suggesting that BVB unhappy with Chelsea. And I'm like, excuse me, but there's a recall clause there in the first place. And in business, especially business of such magnitude, sentiments for me, I'd say don't apply. If you apply sentiment, then you're never gonna make progress. I'm happy we called him back. I was shocked that we let him leave on loan because I looked at the players we had at the time and was saying to myself, I think he's better than some of the defenders we had there at the time. But that's, by the way, Dante. Let's hear your thoughts. Recalling him, a good idea, and I've seen some people suggest that the reason we recalled him is to send him on loan to Strasbourg while Mahmoud Assad joins our first team. But let's hear your thoughts. First of all, I think he's good enough to play for us. My only concern is that would he stay fit and be available for selection when we need him? But let's hear you.
Yeah, look, Dortmund can't say anything. We gave them money, how much they wanted over the odds for Gittins. They got Carney for cheap. We gave him on Anselmino on loan. So, if that's in the contract, they would have agreed to that. So we have a right to call him back. It's no big shock or surprise. But hey, it's a big shock and surprise for them because they really like the player and they really wanted to keep him. That's why. So,
Did they not read the contract? Did they not know that
oh no, they know, coach. They know, but
So
you know,
why are they complaining? Go ahead. Why are they
yeah,
being
because
mad?
probably we didn't really communicate to them or give them any hints that we're going to recall him, and we just recalled him. So probably that's why. And they had this, they really wanted to keep him and probably buy him as well. So, well, if they really want him that bad, well, they can maybe put a big offer up if they really want him, and then maybe they can get him. Otherwise, thanks Dortmund for the loan. Anyway, yeah, look, I think he can play as well. I think he's very good with the ball. He's tall, physical. He's quite strong for his age. So he, good in the air as well. So he's a modern centre back, plays with the ball and can defend, a bit of both. One of those type of new modern centre backs that can do it all. So I think he can play. Are we sending him to Strasbourg? And then maybe SAR's coming the other way. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. I mean, SAR's obviously played more, hasn't had the injuries, and Samina has played more. You can say Dortmund is a higher level than Strasbourg, so he's played a much higher level and shown that he can do it in Europe and in the in the Champions League and also in the Bundesliga. So that's a higher level. So he's shown there. So the club's got a call to make. I'm fine for him coming in and staying. Um, so yeah, like I said, he can do it in my opinion. He can definitely do it. But if they do gonna send him, they might be thinks he might not be quite ready, which I doubt. Like I said, he's played for Dortmund, he's played in Europe for them. the Champions League game. He's played in the Bundesliga. I think he's ready. So uh, yeah, it's just up to the club to see what happens. Which one? I guess Rossini is going to have quite a call on that one.
Yeah, thank you
His
for
boy
that. Bobby, now
Sar or
watching the recall of
Anselmino?
Aaron Anselmino. What do you make of it, Bobby? Sorry?
Um, yeah, can you hear me? Because after a while, I
Yeah,
stopped hearing everybody and Dante
Yep.
and
we can
uh,
hear you, Bobby. Crystal clear. We can
Go
hear
on,
you.
Bob.
yeah, I can't hear anybody else though. But anyway, Anselmino, Anselmino, someone should Google his height. I'm not sure he's that tall, but then he's not that small either. Um, he had a lot of injuries at Dortmund, which is what a lot of people fail to recognize, and probably didn't play as much as he should. I'm not sure if he's not even injured now. I hope not. Him coming back, what does
If
that
it
mean?
was, I don't think we'll be. You could say we'll be wasting our time trying to recall him.
Well,
He
we
played.
might
Yeah, he
recall
did
him to
play. His
to.
return. You could say he had an injury. He was out for I think a few weeks, but he's fine now. But go ahead. What you're saying?
He's back. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
back.
mean, I hope he's fine now. But even if he wasn't, we could still recall him to get our medical team onto him, rather than have him kicking his heels around Germany doing nothing. Um, I'm wondering what the reason is. Is Tosin out for the rest of the season? Badia Shields, has never really hit the ground running because he's never been fit long enough. So it's an interesting dynamic. Uh, I'm, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Is he going to play the left centre back role? Is he somebody that can double into the left back role? It's an interesting one for me. I like the player. I got a little bit of a look at him during our pre-season. He had a slight run out, not enough really. But I just hope he's here to be given an opportunity because we're into the business end of the season. We're into the knockout end of the season. Um, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't know who made the decision to bring him back, but it's not likely that he was brought back just to sit on the bench.
No,
I think they want to use him.
no, because he's actually. You could say I don't want to start comparing, but I think it'd be accurate to say he's actually better than some of us. The centre back we currently have at the club. He's pacey. He's a hot tackler, well timed tackles. It doesn't just go in for tackles without timing them properly. Um, the only question is if he's going to stay fit. But I think we'd be better of having him within our ranks whenever he's fit. We'd utilize him. Currently, he's fit, and I
Mm.
think because he's still very young, he'll eventually outgrow whatever injury that's plagued him. And his case is I wouldn't say in his case that it's chronic, really. Dante, is it?
I
Has it been
I
so?
would I would be
Yeah,
very interested to see him pair Wesley Fofana. Because they're both very mobile. It'll be an interesting one. I'm watching with a lot of anticipation.
I think both. One thing they have in common is mobility. They're very, very
Yeah,
mobile.
definitely.
Him and Wesley Fofana. I can't quite tell how they differ. I'd have to pay attention more. I don't want to start throwing stuff at people from my wazoo. But Anselmino is a good player. He has that grit. Um, I need to see him even more, but I think from what I've seen so far, I think he's an excellent player. And Dortmund actually they found out how good he is and played him constantly until he got injured again. I
Yeah,
doubt that
I need to.
had that been at Chelsea that would play him that much, knowing
they played him
that
three
yeah,
games in a row when he came back
I
from
need to
injury.
see more as well. Yeah, he did well at Dortmund. I don't think the sort of defensive responsibility in the German league is comparable to the Premier League, but at least he didn't, he gave a good account of himself, which is important. But I need to see more. I need to see him with certain combinations. It'll be interesting to see him with Wesley Fofana. That's the one that's really intriguing me. And I know if he's here to play, he's going to team up with Chalobah as well. It kind of puts a bit of a question mark around Josh. I almost don't even want to say that. But I think Josh is an excellent defender. I think we need to start going through the journey with him because he's going to make mistakes, but that's how these youngsters develop. And if we're going to develop somebody, we have to go through the journey of actually developing them rather than just judging them, as was done to Jarrell Heto, who I think bit by bit is beginning to become quite a trusted player in the squad.
Yes, and I think eventually Josh will become a mainstay. But I think it still has to be. I mean, he's good. He's proven. He's shown that he's capable of, you could say, playing against the best and still give a good account of himself. I think maybe there are things about the way Rosenior likes to play, approach the game that he hasn't learned or still learning. But I don't think it's been. I think he's actually played an ample amount of minutes, and probably will still play more because we have a lot of games coming, and they're all coming thick and fast. Jay, if you're there, let's say you whether you want to comment the recall of Anselmino. But before you start speaking quickly, I want to say to Wira, the fact that you use the term minerals shows that this wasn't. You didn't hear that from here. You didn't hear anybody on this panel saying Anselmino isn't ready. I'm quite sure it's not me. I'm quite sure it's not Dante. I'm quite sure that not Tabejo. We all liked him. We all were shocked that he was actually sent out on loan because we'd rather him stay than some names I don't want to mention right now. But of course, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just saying my observation is that not this isn't the place you heard it. The fact you used the term minerals showed that you heard it somewhere else, and I don't want to get into that. But despite the way he end, Max, nobody. As I've explained here, I'm quite sure nobody here said that he wasn't ready. Has Aaron Anselmino? Yeah. We'll talk. Well, I'll show you a few items we have lined up there even before Jay starts speaking. There, it looks like my screen is frozen for some reason. I don't understand. And hello to everyone. Right now, I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom and say hello to those of you that I haven't said hello to. He said it's funny. I'm hearing his injury record scares me. Let's see. When we don't exactly have CBs with a clean bill of health, I think I agree with that one 100%. I'm not too concerned about his injury record really, and he's still 20, right? So it's not like he's in his late 20s that you say, it's a concern now. But let's see. Both have the same height. Difference is Ateta plays Ben White as a right back, and Selmino is a natural centre back, and he's pretty good at it. Good tackles,
Yeah,
hand
coach. Let
tackles,
me
well
just add to
timed
that
tackles, and
before
ball
you.
playing too. Huh?
Yep. Let me just add to that. Everyone keeps saying he's 6'1". He was 6'1" when we signed him from Boca, so he was 6'1". He's now grown to almost 6'4". It just hasn't been updated yet. I've
Okay.
watched that at Dortmund, and he was right next to Schlotterbeck's, right next to him sitting. He's 6'4", exactly the same height as him. So he's grown. Yeah, it just hasn't been updated. Like I said, this happens with these players, especially centre backs. They grow very quickly at that age. So, and I think that's not helped him with the injuries as well. Quick growth, and he was very fast. But from 6'1" to 6'4", you still play that way. You know what happens? Injuries, especially hamstrings. So hopefully he'll grow out of it in the next year or two. But
I think he
I
will
think, in
eventually.
my personal opinion, that's why he's got these injuries, that quick growth spurt. And just hasn't. He's just trying to play like you're 6'1", running like crazy, but he can't do that when you're 6'4". It's not quite the same. You got that extra
Didn't we
weight, that
talk
extra
about?
height.
Didn't we when we did discuss them playing him in three consecutive games in a row because he played well. We weren't happy, but of course, then we did conclude that they have every right to play him in as many games as they wish to because they
Yeah.
signed him.
3 games in a row after he came back from injury, straight away, 3 games in a row, and he got injured again. I mean, that was very silly. I'm not sure what Dortmund were
I agree.
thinking doing that.
All right, Kochila gushes over a player who played 10 games in. Listen, I started paying attention to him even before he joined us. I like him as a player. Just go back to work and leave me alone. I hate to you two got the frog. Nice to see you. All the rest, it's obvious Liam does have some say. I assume he wanted Anselmino back. Here's the thing: the rumors that our coaches don't have saying who we sign, especially players we sign for the first team, are absolute horse dung. I've always said that there's no way we'd sign a player for the first team without the manager agreeing, okay, at least saying something to the effect of, yeah, I can work with that player. If he says, no, I don't want that player, that's it. But people have every right to say whatever they want. I think he would have preferred Sa, but it's obvious that would have really annoyed. I mean, it wouldn't be. I think it's just like it will. Then you're making it clear that they're just the Chelsea's feeder team, and that's not okay. Yeah. But Sai is only on loan there. He eventually, you could say, come home. Chalobah is 7 centimeters taller than Anselmino, but he is a mannequin when defending corners. At least Anselmino has the mobility to properly mark his man, and I think he's probably Anselmino better aerially. I haven't taken the time to compare them properly. And nice to see you here, Rich Money Makers. Rich Money Makers says, big up, Legend Bobby and the panel. We're going to get Saw from Strasbourg. We cannot get certain players because of the UEFA deal. Great win. We are in a battle with Manchester United for top 4, which was why I wanted the Arsenal game to end in a draw so that both teams will lose points. All right, but that's by the way, Jay. Let's hear you. I'm going to be highlighting whatever you guys have to say there. I can't read everything as much as I like to interact with you. I will try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Jay, let's hear you. The recall of Anselmino. What do you make of it?
Big up, coach. Big up,
Big up
Dante.
to you too.
Yeah, Anselmino. Obviously, this comes in light of the Jeremy Jacquet deal. We know how it's reached a point where the deal is quite hard and reaching to the levels of being impossible because Rennes is demanding quite a lot of money. So I think this obviously had some context with that deal. First of all, about the point that Dortmund are angry and annoyed. Seriously, I don't give a F about Dortmund. I don't think there
cares
is.
whether they're annoyed or not? Thank you for saying that.
I don't think I actually hate any other club, in terms of transfer businesses as much as I do for Dortmund. They are really annoying. We have a history with them. The whole, Gittin saga, the Ian Madsen drama as well. And I think there was one other guy as well. Yeah, Chukwemeka. Like these they have really annoyed us. Not at all cooperative in terms of transfer businesses. And they got no right to get annoyed. And I'm actually happy that they are annoyed. I am actually happy, so that they can get a bit of a taste of the same medicine. But yeah, not really understanding how this is going to plan, but I think there are 2 or 3 ways in which we can see the outcome. There are some theories that we might send him to Strasbourg and we can then bring Mamadou Sarr from Strasbourg, which I don't think will happen. I think the possibility of that is quite low because that is going to cause some type of a civil war there. The fan base there is already really annoyed. So I think that will be a really non-judicious thing to do. The other thing is maybe, Rennes is also trying to capture the Champions League qualification for next season. So I think there could be a possibility that we might send Anselmino to them and then we can have the deal for Jacquet.
Is the current captain.
Exactly. That would be, not so good for the ownership, especially considering the context around the recent things that are happening with the Ultras of Strasbourg. So the other possibility is that we might just exchange him, send Anselmino on loan to Rennes and we can maybe proceed with the Jacquet deal. Again, low possibility. And the third outcome is, the straightforward one, which is we might just skip Anselmino as a backup and maybe play him for the cup games and get help here and there when we get some injury crisis or or other things. It is all in the open, and anything can happen. Uh, I personally think that he might just stay here. I think it would be plain thing that he might just come and slot in the center back department and might help us in the cup games. That is the thing that I see. Now, this move will make more sense if we can proceed with the deal of Jacquet, signing him for the summer, like doing the deal right now, but he will come to us in the summer. So, then the thing will make a bit more sense. Although I'm not really sure how much the level of Anselmino is and how much he can come and help us. We have to take into context the level of Bundesliga. Personally, I consider it to be the bottom of the top five leagues. So that is one thing we have to consider. So I'm not really thinking that he will just come in and will start for us in the Champions League or Premier League, which maybe Jacquet had a shot. So yeah, we have to wait and see.
Let me ask you this, Jay: him or Mahmoud Sa?
Obviously, I don't think there's any question over that. Sar is much more quality because of the things that we have seen on the stages that he's performed, the AFCON, and even and for Strasbourg, he has been really solid. Obviously, Anselmino has shown similar levels, at Dortmund, but again, the context of Bundesliga and the sample size. Like, he hasn't really played for them a lot, and he was out for like 2 months, close to 2 months. So the sample size is also not there, and the context of the league is also to be considered. So Mahmoud Assar is clear uh, favorite in terms of when there's a comparison between them two. Not because of the quality, but just the recent times Sar has done a bit more than Anselmino.
Dante, do you agree?
Yeah, like I said a little bit earlier, Anselmino hasn't done it too much, but he has done it in the better league and in the Champions League for Dortmund. So
You
even though it's
consider
not a
you consider La Liga a better league to Liga?
France, yeah, it is. Yes, for me, it is at
Bundesliga,
that.
right?
Well, the
No,
level where he's playing at Dortmund, yes, definitely, yes.
Champions
Now
League
the other
football
thing
and all
is
that.
Dortmund don't defend as much. He doesn't get to defend as much because they're quite attacking, and the way they play, against most teams, they're the one on the front foot. Whereas Mahmoud Issa defends quite a lot because Strasbourg, do defend quite a lot against most teams. So he's always involved and always defending,
And the AFCON exposure too.
and the AFCON exposure, even though it wasn't that much because he didn't really play much in the tournament. He only played, we came in when Finger got injured right at the end.
I
So
mean, the biggest one.
the biggest game, but it's not a big sample size. So look, obviously the Rosenior knows Sa very well, and I think he would probably choose Sa over Anselmino because of that. So he doesn't know Anselmino, and with the injury history as well. Yeah, look, like I said, both are very good. I wouldn't mind seeing them both here, to be honest. So let's just see what happens.
Any chance of seeing them both?
No. One will stay. Sa will either stay or maybe Anselmino might go, unless we maybe move someone else. Disasi could go to Strasbourg. I don't think they won't get rid of Badashil now. That'll probably be at the end of the season. They'll make a call on that. But Disasi is the only one I can see. But I don't know if he wants to go back to France, if he wants to go there to Strasbourg. We'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, look, I wouldn't mind seeing both of them. But Sa would definitely, I agree with Jay, 100% would fit better. He's a CCB as well, so he plays very well in that central back right in the middle. So comfortable on the ball as well. Plays a lot more with the ball than Anselmino in the system they play. So yes, definitely Sa.
All right, thank you for that. You had what Jay talked about. That's funny though. That Dortmund they're not happy with Chelsea. I just don't understand really. It's for me. It's absolute nonsense. Look, in the contract, a clause exists which allows us to recall him whenever we want. You're borrowing our player. Because yeah, at the time when we allowed him to join you on loan, we probably felt at the time we felt like okay, we can do without him, but now we need him. You are why the complaint? Why I don't know. I'm not sure, Dante. Let's hear you. It just
It's
doesn't
just
make sense. And in
politics, coach.
business, in business of this magnitude, no sentiment.
It's just politics, it's just business politics, football politics, basically. So they like to complain. They always like to get their way, and they haven't in this instance. So they're not happy, so they're complaining. So let them complain. That's fine, and it's no big deal to us, to be honest. So that's fine.
Why not?
I
Dortmund can actually. They should take on. They should take the Sassi. I mean, he would do a job for them in La Liga, really. In
They
Bundesliga.
want ball playing ones as well. That's they're ball playing, centre
Yeah.
backs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. If we go back to work, and I want to see you says that they recalled Anselmino so they can move on the CC on loan. This is a non-story, really. Anselmino will not play. Maybe FA Cup. I think he will. I think it will. You don't rate him. I think it will. I think it probably better than at least two of our current CVs, in my opinion. He's more very mobile,
Name him, coach.
excellent
Come on.
tackles, hot tackles, well timed and everything, and I think he's good enough aerially. And Salamino is more tough tackling than that. Wow. Okay, I'm not reading that aspect. Let's see. I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom, see what else we have here, and then we can move to talking about the game proper. This is see out is what we all want. Let's just give Salmino a go. Stop fearing the worst. Nobody here to tell you they're fearing, but it only makes sense that we discuss his injury record. If anybody thinks you can say his injury record is bad, we'll look at it and yeah, discuss it, but I've not been concerned about that. I've heard Tobago talk about it, but I'm not concerned. Um, I do think the medical team will really manage in Salmino minutes, much like James and other players. Um, I think they've done a good job, really, in helping our players recover and stay fit. They've done a really, really good job. Kachila, I hope you're right. I'm good. I can't complain with the winter storm. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of tips on how to leave the faucet and taps running and all that. Leave what's it called? The, insulate outside water systems and all
How
that.
cold is it there, coach?
In a minus, I think it was -3 last night.
Wow. Okay,
But
that's
we're
cold.
lucky that the power is still on, so that makes it a lot easier. But thank you. I hope you're
38
well.
degrees
And
here.
fellow Texans and all of you who are experiencing the winter storm, I do hope you're all keeping safe and keeping warm. But Vic, thank you for bringing that up. I didn't know you're such a nice person, but still, I don't like you. We need an elite defender. We have a very talented team with experience at CB. I think we can challenge it for the league. Happy with Liam. I am starting to have confidence in our coach. Let's win Wednesday. I think the surprise I've seen, I didn't expect him to be as good as he's proven so far in terms of him being pragmatic. He's proven that he knows how to win dirty, and that's something we didn't get that much under Enzo Maresca. I'm not saying Enzo Maresca. I still love Enzo Maresca, and will follow whichever team he joins, irrespective of how I feel about his departure from the club. But despite the way, let's see. They are butlers in Bundesliga. They're just the Arsenal of Bundesliga. For them, I don't think they have option. Only one team stands the chance of winning the Bundesliga every season. Probably because they were in a bit of a transitional period. Last season was, or 2 seasons ago, when Alonso won it. Um, all right, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. They want a 70 million for Jeremy Jacquet. That's some money, really. And he says he's perfect for our defense. He's rapid. Atlas, we will have him in Fafana with pace. We need. All right. Anything else? Yeah. All right. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom as I've promised 3 times now. I will try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Aaron Anselmino. All right. Let's talk about this. Dante, I'm going to start with you. How do I phrase this now? 2 most important things that happened in that game that stood out for you that you could argue were the reasons why we won that game. Two things come to mind for me, but I'm not going to say it since I've asked you the question. Let's hear you. I don't want to do a tap in here. And if you are in the
Go on,
chat,
Ted,
let's hear
say it.
you.
Come
What
on.
are the two most important events during the course of that game that you think led to us winning it the way we did? Because for me, I think it was a convincing win. Could have scored a lot more. And the goal we considered for me, reminds us of the area that we need to seek reinforcement. But let's hear you, Dante.
Well, number one for me, the biggest is the way we played, the way Rosenior set up the team to play, and that is, like you say, no, he's not very pragmatic, but we sat back a little bit more and attacked space, and we gave
You
our
can say we
players.
baited them.
We baited them. We sat deeper. We gave them a bit more of the ball, and we utilized our front. Around 4-5, the people that that play up there. We gave him space to run into. So when you give him that, you give that to Estevao, you give that to Neto, you give that to João Pedro. You're gonna do pretty well. Those type of players thrive if there's space and there's one-on-ones. So, and that's exactly what happened. So I think number one is the game plan. Number two, Estevao definitely had an amazing game. He was the man of the match. So him, but I think still for me, number one by far is the actual setup, the way we played. Very pragmatic, very much, we went there with the game plan, sat back and, counted as much as possible. And when we counted, with into space, spread the field very wide, and then, try to get one-on-ones for those type of players. And that just completely opened up Palace. And I don't think they quite expected that. I think they expected us to have more possession and more passing it around like, we normally do.
Well,
So
we didn't care a lot. We didn't care a lot about possession. A lot of vertical passes. Our passes were all with intent.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I mean. The game plan for me is number one. Yeah, I know Estevao. Everyone's Estevao, but because Estevao got in those positions was because of the game plan. So for me, that's definitely by far number one. The way we played and approached that game, because we have the players to do it that way. So it gives them a chance to shine in that type of system. So it doesn't work with every team, obviously, but when you catch teams off guard like that and they're not comfortable, well, then, you can really punish them. And that's exactly what we did. And yet, like I said, it's great to see that Rosenior has that in his pocket.
All right. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Let's say you, Jay, two most important events during the course of that game that you think led to us winning it.
Very, very impressed by the match. Look, under Rosenior, we have seen a
Are you
few
impressed
victories.
with the overall approach?
Yeah, I think we were getting the 3 points, we were getting the victories. There was no doubt, but we were waiting for a performance that was, kind of dominating. I won't say it was 100% dominating, but I think we controlled it and we looked quite sharp in this match, and that was good. I was waiting for a performance where the performance really equals to the points that we are getting, and I think this match was perfect for that. Obviously, we consider the clean sheet in the last 5 minutes, which is really harsh on Sanchez, but I think overall it was a good game. Uh, Again, Sanchez is massive. He has been so good for us, constantly having 7 or 8 out of 10 performances. And believe me, if that goal went in, which he made, which was unbelievable, I think the match could have went on a different trajectory. So very crucial
Yeah, because
effort by him.
I'd pick that too, because had that gone in, it would have been a much difficult game for us. That we could say the manager it would mean the manager throwing away his game plan and adapting a different approach. Because and we're talking about how you know how good their manager is tactically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they probably would have
exactly.
gone
And
really deep and they would have sat back a lot. Yeah, if they scored that
yeah,
first goal.
it's never good. It's never good to concede the first goal, especially when you're playing away. The whole crowd, becomes the 12th player for the opponent team, and it's never good. And especially when you consider our performances, I think it's never good to went 1 goal down in away matches. So it was really important for him. Again, Badiashile, I will not really focus on the negative, but to do that because of Badiashile. He had that brain fart moment again. But yeah, overall it was good. There was a much more focus on the right hand or the right wing area for the attack. I think Rosenior is kind of deliberately doing this. I think he wants the right-handed side, right wing attack, right wing side to attack, and the left wing to really, just be there, recycle the balls and keep the possession and do the passes. Obviously, it's not going to be 100%, because Neto was struggling in this match, and I won't really blame Neto entirely because the left wing area has been a big problem for us. It's a travesty to see that area really struggling when the whole team actually looks really good. All our attacks, all our actions really goes to that one part of the pitch, and the whole attack or the whole move collapse. So it's not good to see what we have done there, but yeah, I'm hopeful if we somehow manages to get that left wing area to work exactly how we are seeing from the right hand, then I think we can see more beautiful football and more goals to end the match much sooner. And Estevao you have to give credit to that young kid. Really quick, was really good on the movement. Kept himself onside, and the finish was really good as well. He took the extra touch, which kind of feared me that maybe he could have taken the shot one touch earlier, but he finished it really well. So you have to give him credit. Even the assist was really good. So he's a star. You need one or two players like them in your team, and that's what he's showing. The coach is praising him a lot, and he is actually answering all those praises with his performances on the pitch. So you have to give massive credit to him.
Two events for me. One, the save by Robert Sanchez. I know you've talked about that. Had that gone in, that would have changed a lot on today. But then again, I think it's important to, you could say, and down to the manager's approach. So Dante, some credit to you. I wanted to make sure I discredit your suggestion that the overall approach was one of the main reasons why we won the game. Credit, that's important too. Just joking here, but Estevao, he was there knowing that the Crystal Palace players at the time they were playing a high line. He stood right beside the guy, ensuring that he was onside. And as the guy tried to pass the ball back to his teammate, what he did, that shows you his footballing intelligence. He went the direction he went towards the left hand side, kept going, which meant that what's the Crystal Palace goalkeeper? Henderson wasn't too sure whether he was going to take another touch to drift further, to move further to the left hand side or shoot. I think that led to him not being too sure what to do to stop the kid from scoring. But that was excellent, and that was
that's what happens when you have a left foot and a right foot, coach. Yes.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you have a left foot and a right foot, and the keeper doesn't know.
Exactly. That's another thing. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, the fact that he deliberately, because he could have, you could say, run down the central area. He could have continued running down the central area, but he started drifting to the left-hand side. I think that created a bit of confusion for Henderson and he didn't get too close before taking the shot. So Henderson probably wasn't too sure whether he was going to take a further touch to drift further to the left or shoot. But I want to hear your thoughts on that goal. Because it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't easy because he's running at full pace.
And I think a lot of people probably wouldn't give him a chance because, that was against a much bigger guy.
Look, Estevao's got very quick acceleration, but his speed is good too, but he kind of, it's not a long range. He kind of slows down. He's not doesn't hold that high speed up for too long. So he was starting to slow down. The defender was catching him. But yeah, he went diagonal, which is very hard to do when you're running on a diagonal angle like that, especially at that speed
And
with the
that was on
ball.
purpose. Going diagonal was on purpose.
Yes. Well, that, you're cutting across away from the defender. Yes, 100% on purpose. If he went the other way or went straight, the defender would have got him. So yes, that was 100% on purpose, and that's why I said you have that left foot. You can score with your left foot. You're confident. You can do it. For example, if that was one of our ex players, I won't name him, but he would have never scored that goal because, yeah, he couldn't do it on his left foot. So, um, especially taking that extra touch, almost like a fake, that really put Henderson off. So yeah, we had no idea when the shot is coming. So yeah, look, this is what he has that IQ in those type of situations when the ball,
He's such an
when
intelligent player, man.
he's an
And talk about
intelligent
the
player.
assist. Talk about the assist for João
And
Pedro.
the assist, yes, the assist, perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, nice spin on the ball as well. So it was a nice lob over top with the spin, one touch. So yeah,
I mean,
very good as well.
those are the qualities that makes one go. Qualities that make one go, wow, this kid can actually fulfill the number 10 role effectively because he
He
has that
can,
vision
yeah,
too.
he can, he definitely can. And I think that's what he will be
Maybe as he
eventually.
matures,
As he matures, I think he will
because
drift
there's
into
still
that.
a little bit of
Yeah,
selfishness in his game.
yeah, he will definitely drift to a 10 as he matures. 100. I'm pretty certain on
Sorry,
that.
guys, I should have had some more. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain he will be a 10 as he matures and gets a little bit older. Because I don't see him getting faster. Just the way his body type is, and the way he's built, I don't see him getting faster to be a winger. So he will probably drift definitely more centrally, and it suits him. So yeah, look, he's got everything. Just got to keep going. And like I said, even though he's a special talent, did that well, I think the game plan really helped that, because putting him on that right hand side, because we know that's Neto's right hand side. Neto is a different player on that right hand side. He's much better than the left hand side. Left hand side, he struggles. He struggles to take his man on and to actually do skill moves. He struggles quite a bit on the left hand side. And that's why you don't see him really finish off, plays as much on the left hand side. So, and yes, he definitely, like Jay said, he recycles it or passes it away. Yes, he always does that because he hasn't got that confidence on the left side to do his skill moves and get past players. So he always recycles it back. So yeah, look, great game. It was a really good game. We won it quite comfortably. The goal they scored, yeah, they scored a goal. It was from a set piece. They all got lucky a bit. The ball bounced there, save. Enzo tripped
Oh my
over.
world! Did Sanchez try? He did. Did he
Yeah,
not try to stop that from going
he
into the
kept
net
trying.
with
Yeah.
his last breath? Did you see
He was
the
angry.
woo? No, I'm just even before the anger he showed when that ball went into the back of the net. He did everything he
Yeah, he
could.
jumped over Enzo, and that's why he was not happy with Enzo, because Enzo was on the floor and he didn't get up. He kept staying on the floor. It was really slow to get up. That's why he yelled at him after, because he was in the way, basically.
My world, Jay. Let's say you talk about that goal before I go to Tobejo. You there, Jay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Let's say you talk about Esteva's goal and assists. I think I'd take the goal because it was more difficult. I don't even think even João Pedro. I don't know. As much as I like him and he's showing improvement and numbers, you could say contradict people's opinion that he's been poor. Yeah, his
Yeah,
numbers show that
I know you guys are
he's
not a
done
fan, but
well, but
one
probably
stat
because
coach.
sorry.
He's number one in the Premier League from all the
Yeah,
new signings.
exactly.
He's number
Numbers
one.
contradicted people's opinion that he's been poor. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to look at numbers. They just go with what eye test tell them. But Jay, let's hear you. The goal and the assist. If I have to pick one, I'd pick the goal because it was much more difficult. For the assist, I get it. The vision comes in. His vision comes into play. João Pedro passed the ball to him, met the run. He had to lob the ball and find him. Go ahead, Jay. Let's hear you.
yeah, I think it was a wonderful goal. And probably we all can agree that a few guys in this Chelsea team currently and from the last season would miss that. missed that opportunity. Yes, I'm targeting it towards Nicholas Jackson. I'm pretty sure he would have made a mess out of it. We have seen it a few times. So I think it was really, really well converted. I mentioned it. It was really important for him to keep himself onside. The connection with the players. I don't know who gave the pass. I think it was maybe Enzo Fernandez. So it
The,
was
the, the
the
pass
timing
was
was.
actually it was an intended back pass from a Crystal Palace player.
Oh, sorry, I didn't really
Yeah, yeah,
notice it.
yeah. No, no, no. It was. It took me. I thought. I actually at first thought it was Enzo's assist. It
Yeah.
was when I checked.
Again,
Yeah, it was when I checked. You could say the rating, and you could say of on FOTMob. And I didn't see Enzo with an assist. And then I looked again when I watched the game a second time. Realized it was an intended back pass. Correct me if anybody's watching. Correct me if I'm wrong. But go ahead. What you were saying.
yeah, so keeping himself onside was important, and he's got the pace. Again, we can have the debate about, whether he's more good at the wings or even in the 10 role. We all can agree that currently he's not really ready for the 10. Maybe he will get that role in the future. But I still, and the reason for that is personally, I think it would take him time to really accommodate himself to play that role because the Premier League is physical, and I think centrally you need a bit of physicality to really dominate and have a say in the middle of the park rather than on the wings where you can have a bit more freedom. So I still think that he would need a few more years on the wing maybe, and also with Palmer in the team as well, it's going to automatically make the job hard for him to capture that number 10 role for himself. But yeah, anyways, he was really fast. It was good. He kept the ball to his feet as well. It's important. Again, I have to mention Jackson's name again and again. I'm sorry, but this is the way because we have been traumatized by him a few times. That there can be heavy touches. He could have hit the ball really hard and he could have misplaced it totally. The goalkeeper could have come forward and claimed the shot. You know, so there can be a few instances, but he managed it really well. The pace was good. Again, we were expecting him to uh, maybe one touch earlier. I think even the
In a
goalkeeper
hurry,
were
right?
expecting that. Even the goalkeeper was expecting that. Few defender were expecting that, and that is where I think his vision was because he did something which was out of the box. A lot of people were expecting him to. Even the commentator, I think, was saying that. I think he took an extra touch, but that's his vision. That's really smart, and
Had he
you know
taken
that
it earlier, I
that's
think it would have been a lot easier for Henderson to save. Really.
because that is what he expects, right? And that's the
Hmm.
maybe a difference you can have between good player and great player. They do things which is not expected. They take shots when the goalkeeper is not expecting. So that was a really good, and the finish is obviously really good. He's a he's a really strong on both the feet, and even the angle was not that easy if you watch it closely. So as much as that goal looks easy, one on one with the goalkeeper, it was not. There were a lot of things that he needed to do right before finally putting it in the net. So it was a well timed and well taken goal. I'm really impressed by him.
I am
He
impressed. His footballing intelligence is something I admire a lot, honestly. And Dante, before I come to you, there's another question I wanted to ask you. Let me ask Tabeho here. He's on the panel. I wanted to join his show today, but yeah, just I had to take care of other stuff before I joined. Tabeho, your thoughts? If you agree that the moment we've talked about Robert Sanchez save, and at the time it was zeros, and Esteva's first goal. But if you think otherwise, let's hear you the most important moments during the course of the game and why, and what you make of Esteva's goal and assist.
Yeah, the very important thing is Robert Sanchez making that save from Benin Balichile making mistake because if Palace scored that goal, would have been difficult for us to come back in the game. So I think that save was very important in terms of Estava. He was in the right place at the right moment, and he took the opportunity. And the assist, I think all the hard work is went to João Pedro because as much as Esteva passed that ball, João Pedro made sure that he made a skill and then he took his chance and make it 2-0. So overall, great performance by the Brazilian boys. I just want to add another player. I think Andre Santos, for me personally, was my man of the match because in the first half, it was so important for us. So overall, 3 points, happy days. We move on to the next game.
Yeah, happy days indeed. This says the Palace defender misplaced a pass, presented Estevao with the opportunity to push them. There was no assist on our end. Yeah, I thought there was until I looked at Fortmo, and then when I was like, what happened here? Because it was difficult to tell. You can say the ball was on the right hand side if you're seeing it from our end, and there were about three players there or two players. So I wasn't too sure how the ball you can say left that point to where Estevao had to. Yeah, I'll say into before Estevao scored that goal. Keeper into the side net and poor marking. This is poor marking from the defender. I guess that's what you're trying to say there. Kachila Madike would have missed that 1v1. I don't want to do that right now. What was the question I wanted to add, Dante? Ah, my gosh, I've lost it. My gosh. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, the kids are fighting again.
The girls yelling. um,
yeah,
go on, Tobacco.
yeah. I just wanted to ask you guys, who was your man of the match? Beside, they gave it to João Pedro. For me personally, I don't think it was João Pedro. I think it's between Andre Santos and Estevao, but they give it to João Pedro. I know it's got a goal, but again, I don't think it was man of the match for me personally.
Yeah, I guess Estevao, I think, yes. The assist, the goal, and just the, trouble he caused. Yeah, for me, Estevao. Jay?
Coach, Jay?
Oh, he's probably busy. And coach is still handling the kids.
Yeah,
So
because of the storm, no school.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, here's a question I wanted to ask Dante. I've seen a lot of people online. One of them, Bri, I have to call names. She was arguing that she hasn't seen any changes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to talk about that. Maybe she's looked at it, and in all honesty, she's not been able to see that. Yeah, there are changes with regards to the way we approach the game. For me, if anything, let me just go with two things to make it a little more difficult for you. Maybe to talk about something as you've seen that we do differently on the Rosenior compared to Maresca. One, aggressive man-to-man marking.
Yep.
Two, urgency. Three, a lot of vertical passes. A lot more vertical passes on any day. But
Yes.
Dante, let's hear you from what you've observed so far under Rosenior. What are the differences between his approach and Enzo Maresca's approach?
Yes, and he does like his vertical passes. He did that at Strasbourg quite a lot with the system he had in place, then the players. So he does like that. So that's definitely one which we had it every now and then. It's not like we didn't do it. We did do it, but he's that's more of an emphasis, and that's because of the system. Look, I think what she's coming from is that we're still playing the same formation, so they think it's because we're playing the same formation, it's all the same. There's nothing changed. Well, yeah, that's where that's wrong because there is changes. So it is subtle changes. Is not changing it fully what he wants because he does prefer the 3-4-2-1. He does prefer two tens and one striker, but he hasn't really uh, gone to that yet because he hasn't really had time to coach it properly. He said that in an interview. He hasn't had time. That'll come with time, and that'll come when he has plays for a longer period of time to actually start transitioning to that. So yeah, look, it's definitely the more vertical passes, sitting a bit deeper. Also, the two-man midfield. We are playing with two defensive midfielders, which are sticking. Caicedo sticking there, and Santos is sticking next to him, and they are sitting there deeper. We did that under Maresca as well, but only in some of the big games we did that. The rest of the games we didn't do that. Most of the games,
But you can
only in the
argue
big
the two
games.
sixties under Rosenior is more for security purposes.
Yeah, but it's a staple of his game. He likes always to have that. He likes that cover there, especially because when we win possession with three at the back, he likes that two in the midfield always to
And when
have
we
it.
lose the ball too, those 2 6s they come in.
Correct.
You say under him, it's been difficult for teams to hit us on a to get us on the break.
Yeah, look, I think it's because he knows Andre Santos really well, and I don't think Maresca quite trusted Andre Santos as much,
It
obviously.
was going
So
to take time. Maresca is more, you can
yeah,
say, is more idealistic, which means it would take a while. His
exactly,
approach
and
isn't
that's
simple.
why I
Yeah.
say Rosenior had him at Strasbourg, so he knows him. That's the big difference. So yeah, he of course he knows him what he can do and how he can do it. He knows his game plan very well, so that it's given him that advantage to play him in that position. So yeah, look, that's definitely we are playing with that a little bit more. And yeah, definitely the vertical passes to he loves the vertical passes, especially at Strasbourg to Omega up front, Panicelli, Omega, especially to Omega. So uh, and to the wide players. So yeah, look, those two are probably at the moment we're going to see more changes. Like I said, his ideal is to play with two tens, and with the more mobile striker, which we have in João Pedro, we'll have Omega next season. So Delap is that as well. He's quite a mobile striker as well. So even though he's got physicality, he's very mobile as well. So we'll see how long this takes with transition. And that's why I was worried when it first came in because we don't really have those players in those two tens. We don't. We only have Palmer. Estevao can play there, but that's it really. We don't really have other tens. Enzo Fernandez obviously can play there, and we've seen him pushed up there for a couple of games. So as just a pure 10 when Palmer's been not there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But he said it now in every interview. He said it'll take time to implement his idea and the way he really wants to play and likes to play. Once he knows his players really well, their strengths, and yeah, that he hasn't had time to train because we've had games every 3 days basically. So you're basically training one day, the next day is you're doing a little bit of light training, and you're doing work for on the opposition basically. So there's no time to implement anything else. So I think yeah, I'm not sure if that's. We'll see how good it is. If that's good. Now Maresca has laid it's thanks to Maresca we've got this blueprint because he's laid a bit of the groundwork there. So
The aspects that they have in common.
correct, yes. So there is, we can thank Maresca for that. Definitely, the team is well organized, and there is those aspects that he can just tweak a little bit. Like I said, he's not tweaking too much. It's just more that 2-6 is always there, and the more vertical passes. So yeah, look,
And
we'll wait and see how it goes.
aggressive man-to-man marking sometimes.
Yeah, the man-to-man marking, that's definitely a staple as well. Yes, we're under Maresca, we're bit more zonal and a lot more possession based. Whereas Rosenior doesn't want all that possession, even at Strasbourg, doesn't like all the possession because he likes his players to be to sit a bit further back and in space, vertical balls and one-on-ones. He wants his wide players and his forwards to shine in his systems, and that's why most of the forwards and wingers do pretty well in his system. So wait and see.
All right, I'm going to
Yeah,
give the microphone to
Coach,
those in the chat. I'll come back. Go ahead, Jay, if you want to speak now. Go ahead.
I don't know if we have reminded Dante that he has been massively wrong about the formation judgment, but I will re-remind him that he was massively wrong. Like he was very confident that Rosenior is going to play the back three, and we were arguing. So I just want to double down on that
say, wait,
aspect.
wait. We build with back
Who
three.
appointed you a referee? Wait,
No, no,
let
no,
Jay
no,
drop.
no, no, no. Jay is like we build with back three. That we doesn't play with back three. That's the difference.
Yep. And yes, I was wrong, and I can say I was wrong because I thought he would actually go
Yeah,
fully out with his formation, his preferred lineup, and that's what I was worried
And we
about.
told you he wasn't going to do that because that was going to be a huge risk.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he did it in the first game. The second game, he did that, and then he kind of switched back to. Well, we still do it. We still kind of do it, but not quite to the extent that he does it at Strasbourg, and that's why I said he will transition to that. He said it in every interview. He keeps getting asked, and he's saying it'll take time. He needs to evaluate his players, and yeah, just hasn't had time to do it yet properly. So Yeah, I think he had a look at it when we did do that, those 2 games where he actually had a look at it, and it worked, but not that well. So I think, he's taking the more cautious approach, which is probably the right way, and playing to your players' strengths because he doesn't have those players to play his system. He doesn't have tens. We've got more wingers. We've got Garnacho. We've got Gittins. These are more winger. Even Estevao's more of a winger now. So we don't. And Palmer's been out basically. So basically no tens. So he couldn't really play his system. And he did say that he can't. He can't do that. He can't do that. He has to play what he has, and the squad he has, and the players available. So I think he will do it. But yes, Jay, thank you for bringing it up. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have to
I'm
shame
wrong
you
for once.
publicly.
yeah.
Big up, big up, big up to Dante for accepting it. I don't know what Tabigo is trying to do here,
Dante
but
will
big up
always
Dante.
let you know if he got
uh,
something wrong.
yeah,
He doesn't
just want to
know that.
add something on the game, right? The good thing that we did yesterday, uh, Crystal Palace didn't expect. They expected us to control the game, but actually we didn't. We didn't do that. So
Exactly. Yeah.
we gave them a lot of position and see what they can do, but they were struggling because we were always on the right position at the right place. Just our silly mistakes are leading us sometimes conceding silly goals. For example, Barry Shile, the silly one, almost cost us a goal. And the corner kick, the rest is history. So we need to do better than that. But overall, what is important is we're building momentum, we're winning games, and hopefully can beat Napoli. But again, it's a wounded animal, so we should be careful on that game as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
Tobago, and
actually
that's
watching. Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, that's I think Rossini's seen that as well. The more possession we have, especially more possession at the back, we don't. Our players are not that quite that confident sometimes. Chalaba, Barry Shield just hasn't really, done it that well
In
consistently.
Badeshila's case, he's good on the ball, but I think it's a confidence issue.
Yeah, but it's happening a bit too much now. Like, yeah, he's not consistent. That's pretty much it. And he is very good on the ball, but he's just not consistent with it. So there's something
Is
wrong
it
there. I
is
think
it a matter of consistency? You can say the same thing. If I'm saying
yeah,
the reason he's not being, you can say he's not been doing well in terms of his keeping the ball. Then it's still a consistency issue. But I think the main problem is confidence.
I think it's IQ and confidence. Yeah, I think it's IQ more sometimes. He just sometimes makes bad decisions, and he does that not consistently, but he does that quite a bit. So I think Racine has seen that probably in training, everywhere, and I think he doesn't want us to have that much possession. And I can't blame him because, yeah, the players we have available now, they're not going to be that good, especially tossing out in that CCB role because he's actually very good on the ball tossing. So him out as well, and that's probably where you're seeing Anselmino, very good on the ball. Sa, amazing on the ball. So that's the type of players he wants. And I think he's like, oh, let's not have that much possession because we've got the Arsenal up front and we can spread the field and we can attack with diagonal balls. Let's try not to minimize the mistakes. And I think he's seen that and he's like, we're not going to play around 70%, 80% of possession just at the back, passing it around, because that's leading to too many mistakes. So I think he's seen that, and I think he's being quite cautious with that for now because the players are not there, like I said, so he can play exactly how he wants.
I think the urgency we're seeing with regards to our pursuit of centre backs or a such of centre backs, I think comes down to the fact that ball playing centre backs are key to Rosenier's approach because
Very
he
key.
likes to bait teams.
He likes to bait teams, but
Mhm.
you need to be really good. You have to be good on the ball to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what drives the urgency in our search for our centre backs, where the ones we have on loan or the sign. You could say
Yeah.
our pursuit of Jeremy Jacquet. But go ahead, what you were saying.
And Jacquet is this exactly the same.
Jacquet. Jesus, I've been saying
He's exactly the
Jacquet.
same. Yeah, extremely good on the ball. So look, yes, I think he's probably seen it in training. We know Shalaba's not really like he can do a pass, but he's not very confident. He's not very good, especially with his left foot, like hardly at all. So but Ishil just hasn't been doing it. Too many mistakes. Tossen's gone. He's injured anyway for quite a while now. Fofana can do that. He's good, but not central, quite exactly in that central position. We don't have too many options. Yeah, that's the thing. So he's seen that. So he's like, yeah, I want that. I want those players, and I need, and we're not going to play that much possession in the back until we get that, because he's going to keep the risk at minimum, and so far it's worked.
And quickly, I'll come back. I'd like us to talk about how Enzo Fernandez was utilized in that game. But before I do that, let's give the microphone to those in the chat. I'll come back to the panel in a minute. A lot about Estevao. Kindly find out from Timber how he can clarify better. As for his goal, that was superb because, the keeper didn't know which side to focus. Yep, he made it difficult for me. And I'd argue, had the you can say gone made that run to the central area, I think it'd be a lot easier for the goalkeeper because you see that he goes left or right as long as you didn't come off your line. But he went to a side, making it a lot more difficult because he could have come to near post actually. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. How many likes do we have in total now? Give me a minute. Let me check. Modmana has an issue there, quota issue, I think. I'm not sure how many likes we have. We have 20 likes. We can do a lot better than that. Still have 34 people following the show on YouTube. We had 44 plus. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who'll be interested in the topics we have lined up. So thank you for that. And Chelsea Michiboy is saying, yesterday was the biggest change in gameplay. More one touches, I agree too. More vertical passes, we're not just keeping the ball for the sake of it. It was good to watch actually, and I've heard people say it's been difficult to watch. No, I think it's been good to watch. But we did mix it up. It wasn't all good to watch. I think for me, in my opinion, I'd say it was all throughout the game. It was everything was was good to me. I don't know about people what they're looking at that made them that's led to them saying you can say what game they watch that they're saying and that it wasn't good to watch. It was difficult to watch. Poch ball all over again. That's not
The
poch
problem,
ball.
coach, is it was too good, so they don't like it when it's too good. It's not right in their head.
I'd say that too.
Yeah,
honestly. It says okay. I was told even Ferguson was meant to be the head to Diego Costa, but he's just All right, let's see. Please, can we keep the topics aligned? Otherwise, I'll assume you're having a conversation with someone in the chat and move on. We have 2 10s in Parma and Estevao. 3-2-4-1 brings the best out of Santos, Estevao, Achampong, and James. I cannot wait to see Maresca's inverted nonsense put in the trash. We might still see a lot of that. Signs are we still see him do some of those things. Santos was kept caged by Maresca until Rosenior came along. Santos and Caicedo is the pivot moving forward, push Enzo further upfield. He is a liability the closer he is to a back line. I think sometimes if you have him closer to the back line, you do stuff to conduce his you can say lack of defensive strength. And Tapiwa, nice to see you. Tenaro says, Kachila, I concur with you. The Badishile issue is all about confidence. I think so too, because I do believe he's a good player, but actually, that's just my opinion anyway. And Ty, up big to you too. Nice to see you. Who else was here? I think I did see who Temidayo Oluwarokemi. Why am I not seeing your comment on the main screen? Okay, there you go. Big up to you too, bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. And Ty, you know what to do.
big up, Tim.
Dante, let's come back to you. The usage of Enzo Fernandez yesterday. What do you make of it?
Well, look, Palmer wasn't playing, so he was playing that 10 position, basically sitting up more with Santos, covering with Caicedo. He can play, he can have that free role, basically. He can drop in the midfield, he can go left, right. He's got that Palmer role where he can dictate and do what, he feels right. So, and I think that suits him, that role. I think that suits him, pretty well. That freedom. We've seen it's worked. He's been scoring, he's been assisting, so he's been doing very well. So, yeah, look, that is an option going forward. Definitely, I think Santos is obviously much better in that position because he knows it very well and he is more defensive, obviously. So, you can push Enzo up. But when Palmer comes back, will be interesting to see what Rosenior does. But yeah, look, I think depends on our position as well, who we play, when we play, what type, how we want to play. But yeah, I think that suits him because he basically gives Enzo a free role, but basically playing that 10. So, and he's got the smarts and the fitness to run around everywhere and do. And we've seen him actually do probably very well defensively, actually, in that position as well, because he's actually, positioning himself, covering, coming back in the free midfield sometimes, going out wide and covering, and he's actually done probably much better defensively as well, playing in that position. So yeah, look, it's good signs. We'll see what happens when Palmer comes back. If he's gonna go to a two, tens with him and Palmer, or is he gonna put Enzo back next to Caicedo? We'll wait and see.
I doubt he'd put Enzo back to, next to Caicedo. I think he'd probably play him a lot more closer to the final third. But that's a small opinion anyway. I don't think anything new emerged as the show progressed, but
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going to
there's
start
no
you.
in the
Go ahead.
system that he played yesterday, coach. There's only 110, so uh, if Palmer was there, well, Enzo would have to play deeper. Basically, he would have to play that next to Caicedo role, but obviously not sit like Santos sits because Santos doesn't get
Yeah,
much forward at all. He would have more of a roaming role as well, but. Yeah, will be interesting to see what he does, Rosenior, when he comes back, Palmer.
yeah, but Enzo yesterday was not playing as a 10. He was playing deeper most of the time. So maybe that's why, like we talked about, they gave
It's but
away.
he was a 10. He played as a 10, but he played a free. His role was free. He could go anywhere. He decided to go a bit that way. He went left. He went right. He stayed as a 10. Then he went deeper. It just depends on the phases of play.
Now it
But
was
he
a run. Then it was a runaway 10 yesterday. It was not. It was not playing 10 because
Well, that's
him.
because let's not forget we sat deeper as well. That's why we sat
Yeah,
back
that's why.
in our defensive half, so it doesn't look at as much. But every time we went forward, he was up in the 10 every single time. So it just looks that way because we're sitting deep, which we normally don't do that much. So it looks a bit more compact. But really, he was definitely the 10 in my opinion, the way he played. But a free role basically to go around anywhere on the pitch.
Yeah, get Kurpama feed, man.
Yeah, I think we're just being cautious, and I'm quite sure if it was down to him, he'd be playing a lot more games than he's played so far. But I think I like us being cautious to get him to a point where he recovers and stays fit, and not be in a rush for him, you could say, to start playing games and then end up, you could say, doing something that could lead to him being ruled out for months. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I haven't taken the time to research that and know what exactly is going on with him. But
And
they
it's
say
working
it's
for now. It's working. So Enzo's working in that role for now, and it's working really well. So it gives Rosenior a bit of and the medical team to give Palmer a bit more time. But like I said, coach, that injury, he's going to be good next week, maybe, and the week after he might not be. It's just they have to make a decision. There is no surgery. Everyone keeps saying that there's surgery. There's no real surgery for that. That is just one of those injuries where it's very difficult. Uh, there's no real actual surgery for it. So yeah, we'll wait and see. It's just about managing it right. And a lot of that is down to Palmer being honest. And I think he started to be a bit more honest lately. I think you can see that by not playing that much.
Yeah, players will always tell you that they're ready to go as long as you're not able to. There's no way other you can. Players is at certain age they enjoy the game so much that
Yeah,
they want to be on the pitch
exactly.
playing,
Yeah.
irrespective of how ill they are, or even if they're not fully fit, they just want to play. You get that from younger players. Older players will always be truthful with regards to how ready or how fit they are to play, participate, to play for the club. I'm not sure if anything new emerged as the show progressed. I wanted to switch up windows here It looks like my camera for some reason has gone blank, and I'm not sure why. But it's still on, really.
No, it
So,
looks good. Everything looks good, coach.
oh, you still see me?
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay.
Not now. Now you took it off. And now we can't hear you either. You're talking, but we can't hear you. System issues, unfortunately.
You know what I hate, Dante, now online? What I'm seeing every time we win the game, and I won't stop commenting on the comments because this is the thing, right? Right, every
Mhm.
time we win a game. Enter Maresca want to win that game. Enter
Yeah.
Maresca this. What is this like? Come on, we need to move on. Even
I,
coach,
I, I've, I've called out a couple of people on this already. I saw two people that I had as I was following, but I unfollowed because, yeah, just for certain reasons, we just don't believe in the same kind of thing, and I just don't like some of those people. There were people that were completely trashing Enzo Maresca, and when he left, absolutely loving Enzo Maresca and just being fake about it. Basically, they're just haters that don't like the ownership, and it just gave him a reason, to have now talk really bad about Rosenior, but they're just fake fans. So I unfollowed those. I don't follow those type of fans that I've noticed. You start noticing these as you see them posting messages. You do realize after a while the type of people they are. So yeah, you're right, exactly right. It's a bit ridiculous, really. And the most ridiculous is that most of those hated Maresca, and they were every week saying how bad he is and he wanted him out. And now they're saying, they're defending Maresca because Rosenior's, in. So I don't understand it. I'm not sure who these people are and what they're doing, but it's pretty fake, I guess. Maybe just for clicks, maybe just for engagement, but it's very, very fake, and I don't follow those type of people.
yeah, but I won't stop fighting with them on X. I enjoy doing
No
that.
point
So
fighting
let's,
with them. Yeah,
Can
just
you guys hear me?
unfollow. Simple
yeah,
as that.
we can hear you.
Okay, I was going to say one of the main reasons why he walked, the lack of support from the fans. The same fans that booed him, away fans that booed him when the
Yeah, yeah.
results weren't going our way. All of a sudden, they started singing his name when he made that 48 hours comment. Um, but go
Coach,
ahead,
at,
what
at,
you
at
were
the
saying to
protest,
them.
coach, they were singing Enzo Maresca at the protest. Can you believe that?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was unbelievable, really. But yeah.
Those people, probably 80-90% of those people absolutely hated Maresca, and they're singing his name at the protest.
Yeah, go ahead, Tomoho. You were saying something.
No, I'm all good. I was just saying, as fan base, we need to move on from Enzo Maresca. What we can do is that
Yes,
look,
then. Here's
You'll
the
never
look,
move
reason
on.
why people
let me
aren't going
land,
to
let me
move
land,
away.
let me land, let me land,
Yeah.
let me land, let
Oh,
me
you
land.
land safely. I'm listening.
Take
you
flight.
know, you know what I did on X? I said Mauricio Pochettino did very well. He laid a foundation for Enzo Maresca to be successful. Same as Liam Rosenior, Enzo Maresca built the foundation for him to be successful. Let's stop doing this nasty thing. Enzo Maresca, blah blah blah. He should have won this game. Come on, let's forget about Enzo Maresca. Let's move on and support
I
Liam
think that's
Rosenior.
irrelevant right now, honestly. I don't think people should be doing that, in all honesty. Hesitant. I'm not happy the way that in fact, that he walked. He wasn't sacked. I think a lot of people still get that wrong. But that's, by the way, he was a good manager. I loved him, supported him, defended him. Had some people block me, actually, because of how much I defended him. But he's gone. He's gone. I don't think it makes sense to start comparing him uh, to our current manager. I'm not sure what sort of sense that makes to people. Dante, if you're interested, the comment on the screen, what do you make of it? Or let's start, Jay. If you want to go ahead, let's start with you since you haven't spoken in a while. The comment on the screen, should I read it for you, or can you see it?
I can see it. Yep. Is Jay there? Is he
Jay,
back?
can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Do you want to comment on it?
It's regarding what Enzo and Palmer playing as a dual 10, right?
He says,
Yes.
let me know, guys, if I am wrong. Enzo next to Palmer makes Palmer have to drift to the flanks while Estevao reads his teammates well and wouldn't restrict Palmer's free roaming excellence. Let's hear your thoughts. I think no. I think Palmer he's always had the freedom to be wherever he deems fit on the pitch, even under Rosenior. I don't think it has anything to do with Enzo Fernandez, but let's say you, Jay.
No, I don't particularly think that there is any restrictions. When both of Estevao and Palmer starts together, I think Estevao do hold the width, and Palmer is free in that 10 role. He can move, combine with Estevao. He can even go forward when João Pedro is playing. He can combine with him as well. There are moments where he's actually deep with Caicedo as well, taking the ball himself and building the play up. So I don't think there is any restrictions on Palmer with with Estevao or without Estevao. I don't think it matters. He is given a free role, and when you're that important player, when you've proven yourself, I think no new or old manager is going to restrict a player like him. I don't even believe that Maresca actually restricted him, so I don't agree with that fact.
He's
Rosenior is
always had the
actually.
tendency to drift to the right.
Yeah, he do because obviously he has played a lot from that right hand side area, and you can see a combination. If the question is regarding the combinations that Estevao and Palmer is going to bring together, well, that is going to happen. We saw this a lot that when some things are not working for any individual player in one position, there is a change in the position of those two players suddenly inside the 5 or 10 minutes. So that can happen. Palmer can very well move from the center area to the flanks because he is very well equipped, and so is Estevao as well. He can play in the 12 role as well, and I think it all comes down to the combinations that the two players want to build rather than the manager having strict orders for them to stick to one position. So yeah, I don't believe in the idea that any manager is going to restrict Palmer to one specific role.
Yeah, I agree. Dante, how about you?
Yeah, look, exactly right. Under Maresca, yeah, you can drift to the right. He drifted to the left in a lot of games. He came deep a lot when he wasn't getting much possession. The ball, he would come deep quite a lot. So he's got a free role. Maresca said that.
And that's actually what gets the best out of him: the freedom to be wherever he deems fit on the pitch. But you're more likely to see him on the right hand side than on the left hand side.
Yeah, but it's interesting. If you look at the heat maps for like the season and stuff, you'll see that it's quite very pretty much the same. So he drifts quite left a lot as well. It just depends who's playing and opposition, of course, as well. But the beauty of giving him that free role, that makes it hard for the defending as well, for the defending team. So they don't know if he's gonna drift left, is he gonna go right, is he gonna what's more central. So that's that free roll really gives him makes a lot of trouble for the defending team as well, because they're not quite sure. Like I said, go look at his heat maps, you'll see that he drifts to the left quite a lot actually. So, and he's actually, a lot of the fan base complained about that a lot, that he drifted too much to the left and he wasn't playing well. Well, if you look at the stats, he actually played very well when he did go to the left. He scored a lot more. He assisted assisted a lot more than scored, but he assisted a lot more. So either way he goes, he's very good, and that's why he's got that free role. And no manager's going to restrict that, to be honest. And he's got the IQ as well, to do that as well. So, and he can be pretty good defensively as well for a 10, because he does cut passing lanes off. He's got those big, long,
Yeah,
lanky
he's
legs.
pretty good at that.
Yeah, so he's good at cutting, lanes off and just putting his long legs in the way, getting some tackles, or just getting in the way of and deflecting balls that teams are trying to pass out. So he's got that to his game as well. He just needs, of course, we need to get him fit and firing, and he will shine in this Rosenior system as well, especially with Estevao playing. Estevao, they're going to combine really well. Enzo Fernandez will, with the passing and the vision for them. So I think, I think there'll be a lot of trouble for teams if he's fit and firing with Estevao there as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Before we hear from Tobago, uh, we have Wally Waldo in the house. Nice to see you, Wally Waldo. I do hope you're doing well. What's happening with Tyreek Judge now, though? Is he staying or leaving? I think he's definitely leaving. Even when I heard rumors a few weeks into Rosenior's, I think the first few weeks into Rosenior's started life as Chelsea manager, we did address a particular report suggesting that the club will not be in a hurry to sell them and the player will not be in a hurry to leave. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, I think definitely he's going to leave. It wouldn't make sense for him to stay because, yeah, he's way down the pecking order right now. I don't see it happening. I don't know. Tabejo, you want to talk about Parma's free roll?
No, I'm all good. I think Dante addressed the issue.
All right. Anything else there? So I think yeah, he's gone. People having good conversations there. Always nice to see. So Palmer needs the freedom. Yeah, he had that under Enzo Maresca, and I think from what I've seen so far, he still has it under Rosenior. So here, okay, I think we'll be seeing a lot of commentaries here. If that's all the all we see out there, I think we call it a day. We've been streaming for 1 hour 45 minutes, so maybe in 15 minutes time more. I think we'd call it a day. I've been really impressed. He's a real superstar in the making. He was a standing cost Crystal Palace problems all game. He stays out wide, and for someone so young to have that patience, sometimes you're not in the game, but he causes problems. I really like him. I think we all do, and I think he surprised a lot of people. We did tell Bobby that the you say the argument we were debating whether you say the Premier League would be too strong for him. I think I remember us debating that no, because the Brazilian league is actually quite physical, and the kid himself, we did see him at the time where during certain games when he was hacked down, he didn't fall. They were trying to hack him down. In some occasions, they did succeed in hacking him down. He still continued. He's that sort of player. If anything, the only thing that reflects his age is his behavior, his response to being carded in most occasions, in some you can say most cases actually. The way he reacts to referees cautioning him, I think that's the aspect of his game that he needs. You could say he will eventually mature enough to and be better at dealing with being cautioned by the referee. And also, all right, at the moment, is a little bit too selfish, which is not too bad, really. I think eventually, as it becomes polished, those aspects not that much of an issue for me. The most important thing is that he's an excellent player. I don't know if anybody on the panel wants to add anything to that.
No, coach, that's pretty much it. The one thing I will say, he will get better as the weather will get warmer and warmer, and he's going to get much better. I think he struggled a bit through that early December period, early January period where it was really freezing in London. It's the weather's a bit better, getting a bit better there now. So that's the first time he's ever experienced that. So yeah, I think that had a bit of say in his form when he wasn't too well in the period. So watch when he gets nice and warm in a couple of months, in a month, and at least in a couple of months probably. Watch him really shine and really take off when he feels comfortable.
Yeah, but yeah, he had a good game yesterday, and the second one, I would have loved him to try, preferred him to try and find João Pedro, but I think he tried to score.
Yeah. Like you said, coach, he can be a bit selfish
Mhm.
sometimes. That's something I'm sure they'll work on. They'll watch game film and they will tell him it will be brought up. But that is also what makes him that good and scores a lot of goals, etc. So he's got to find the right balance, definitely.
All right, let's come to this one, Dante. Where are we with our pursuit of Jeremy Jacquet?
Yeah, you said it right. Well done.
All right.
from what I've read, a couple of reports in France, apparently Jacquet is asking for quite a large salary. Now, this is because
I thought he'd already agreed personal terms with us.
he agreed
Yeah, he
personal
agreed.
terms. Yeah, but stuff has changed. Why? Because other teams
But
have come in and
yeah,
yep, and the salary's gone up quite a lot. So he's asking for even more now. So that's a bit of a problem on the Chelsea side. Look, I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying I've looked at some of the sources, the
I don't
ones
think
that
it's true.
yeah, we don't know if it's true or not, but there is some of those French sources that are close to the team, and they're not always right, but most of the time they're pretty close to it. So, well, if that's true, well, look, I wouldn't be surprised because he is that talented, and probably his manager, his agent would probably be saying, if Real Madrid wants you, if Liverpool wants you, if Bayern Munich wants you, if Barcelona wants you, Chelsea, well, let's ask if they want you now and they want you, let's ask for much bigger wages than we agreed. Because you can agree personal terms, coach, but that's not that's you can renegotiate on that. It's not signed, sealed, and delivered, if you know what I mean.
Jay, if you're there, I know you're going to like this particular topic. Arsene Wenger basically saying that Arsenal they play Adam football.
Did he really use the word around?
Oh my
He doesn't
gosh!
like it. He hates it.
Have you
Yeah,
guys seen the video?
No, no,
yeah, I've seen it.
I'll watch it. Oh my gosh!
And that's probably what Mikel Arteta has been busy building.
Yeah.
Drab, drab.
I don't think there is doubt that the football that Arteta plays is not exciting, and it's a kind of more in the bracket of boring. Uh, I think it has been a general thought for a couple of years now that yes, they get the results and that is their strength, but the football is not good. Even their own fans argue over the excitement in the game, and obviously, Arsene Wenger is going to be against it. Um, I think, if I remember correctly, Wenger's football was not, that much structured. He wanted that excitement in his team. He wanted to give the guys freedom, and he
And it
wanted them
worked.
to. It worked. It for quite a few years. It worked. Obviously, after a time, it was going to get redundant because of the modern football, both Jose and his football. But I think he used to give the guys a lot of freedom, and he wanted them to express themselves, which is quite contrary to what Arteta does, and that is why the difference in opinions and him publicly saying that the home team needs to have a different approach to the match rather than what I saw of Arsenal today. So yeah, he was absolutely right, and it's a quite damning, if you consider coming this from such a big legend of your club, while the team is actually totally focused and competing on all the fronts, and getting such comments in between is actually damning. So it adds a lot more pressure to the team and the manager.
Yeah. How about you, Tabeho? I'll let Dante speak last about that one.
No, I haven't seen the video, but I'm going to watch it. Oh my gosh!
You have to basically saying they're playing hard football. Let me read what we have on the screen here before I go to Dante. Look what it says here. Arsenal game is about power and fighting and not clean play, according to Arsene Wenger. So basically, Haram football. What everybody have been saying, and I think some pundits actually a while ago they say they're not good to watch. They're not good
Yeah,
to watch. And in modern football, you can actually mix both. You can still play good and still win. Playing good doesn't mean you lose games. You're not going to win games. So that let's say I think that's going to hurt Arsenal fans. Probably some of them will be having a go at him, or some will say you see because there are
yeah.
some of them don't like. Some of Arsenal fans actually don't like the way they play.
There is a certain group, like in every fan base, that don't like Arteta and his style. Yeah, look, I mean, he is right. That's what they're doing. That's what Arteta's been doing the last 2.5 seasons. When he switched it across, they were playing more open football, a bit more. The balance wasn't right, so he decided to go much more defensive. But he's gone way too defensive, and now the balance is not right again. It's too defensive. It's still getting results, and they're still doing very well. Let's not forget they're doing very well, but it can take a toll on on players. It's quite a you're basically grinding every game, playing that way. It can take a toll, and teams will start figuring you out eventually. So as long as the season goes on, more and more and more, it usually gets slowly worse and worse because of that. So yeah, you start usually well because it's solid, it's defensive. You do get results. And let's be honest about it. They've been lucky on a number of times, to be honest, getting wins by one goal where they probably didn't deserve the win. So it's worked, but like I said, in the long run, usually it slows down as the season goes on, and that's happened in the last 2.5 seasons, nearly 3 seasons actually, since he switched it over. So yeah, look, it is what it is. The players are not shining, that's for sure, and that's what Wenger. They're not shining. Saka hasn't scored a goal. I can't remember how much it is. 24 games or something, Premier League games in a row, or something like that. Not Saka. Sorry, Madueke 25 games in a row. Saka's only scored a couple of goals or something in the same amount of time as well. And there's just no one really scoring goals or being creative. Odegaard's got zero stats, basically, these players. So they're getting goals by all the defenders, basically, from corners. Marino coming on, he's probably get the leading goal scorer. So it's not pretty to watch. Look, it's effective. He's got the squad to do it. They're very solid. They're very physical. But like I said, usually it's a grind, and by the end of the season, it slows down. And I'm pretty confident that they will get overtaken in the end because of it.
Yeah, it's not like the disparity in points between them and the second
4
place
points
team.
only now.
It's not yawning. Yeah, it's just 4 points. Lose one game and a lot, and the lesser the points, the more the pressure actually to perform, which could lead to them underperforming.
Yeah. Look, and usually also the game style, you will get injuries as well in that game. The way you play that way, that physical and that defensive, you usually get more injuries as well, and that's why they did stock up on 100 defenders basically, just in case. But you
And how
still
many defensive midfielder? I'm not sure how many they have.
they got like 4, 5, 6 defensive midfielders, and they got like 8 central backs. Yeah, it's ridiculous how many they have. uh, I think that's where look, he signed Gyökeres. He thought he was the signing to get him over the edge and score goals.
Yeah, good
But
transition there. Good
if you
transition there.
isolate him, he's not going to
Mhm.
do nothing alone. He's not going to be
Yeah,
isolation alone.
that's why I said Concordates won't fit at Arsenal the way they were doing. They needed a player like Egatike, so that is more
Yeah, yeah,
technical. So they made a wrong signing there. But anyway, I'm happy about that because it's Arsenal.
very
Yeah,
happy. Yes,
just quickly here. Arteta restricts self-expression on the ball when they approach the final third. This is a slap to the face of wingers who build up the appeal of Arsenal this way. I think I don't tactically. I've always said that I don't think he's good enough, flexible enough. Maybe it's always the same way. He's drilled them so well that if you don't know what you're doing, they will mop the stadium carpet with you because they're
and
well drilled, not necessarily because he's a good tactician. But here's what
one more
I
thing,
wanted to
though.
talk about, Dante, while I'm still with you. Victor
What?
Gyökeres, it just looks as if he's looked as if we dodged a bullet there, and that's it makes sense, irrespective of how you feel like Arsenal play, whether you think that's one of the main reasons why he's not been able to replicate his format as Sporting CP. The truth remains, he has issues in terms of movement, his movement in the box. But in Portugal, he was able to bully defenders. He's not been able to do that in the Premier League. On occasions, he's been able to do that and scored goals when he was able to do that. But there are a lot more physical defenders in the Premier League that he cannot bully. That's one of the reasons, and I don't think he makes good runs in the box.
Yeah, look, the style of play doesn't quite suit. But even though if you're a
But
quality
even
player,
I get the aspect of the style of play. but I don't think he's. I think he's not all that really.
And remember, I was telling you, Coach, you were saying that remember, I was telling you he was in the championship and he didn't do very well in the championship. He didn't do that well. He was struggling, with that because there was so much physicality, and he didn't stand out.
Yeah, you did say
Yeah,
that. Yeah, credit to you. So we're gonna contribute money and buy you a six pack. Your brand. Tell us your favorite brand.
put it on
I
my
do
tab,
remember
Coach.
that. Go
Put it
ahead.
on my tab. um, yeah, so that's happening again in the Premier League, basically. Yep. So in Portugal, it's very different. It's slow. They're very dominant. Obviously, the big three teams, they're very, very dominant compared to the rest of the teams. So, and they're not quite as physical. The defenders there, most of them are not. The good ones that are, they don't play there. They're out of the country. Usually, they're out of it. They're gone to other teams. So yeah, he was able to do that there, and I did say that was the one worry if it does come back to even for us, if we were gonna sign, that was my one worry as well. If is he gonna play the same as he did in championship? Is he gonna struggle with that? It looks like that's the case.
It does look like he's going to score, and they
The
paid how
transi
much
the
for him?
transition has been awful. Like, how can you have 100 goals in 2 seasons at the Portuguese league and struggle this much in the Premier League? Do you guys have similar fears for Quenda because he's coming from the same league?
Quenda's case,
No,
Quenda is
No.
a more complete player than Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah, he's, close, down much, much more technical,
Yeah,
and he's got,
technical ability makes a difference.
huge
Yeah, his
difference.
dribbling is actually really good.
Yeah. So, but in Victor Gyökeres' cases, I don't know whether he can actually dribble his man. I don't remember seeing one. I just know he can score goals, and given how many goals he
He,
scored in
he
Portugal.
can't he
But
can't
I
control
think he's
ball
been
at his feet.
exposed. I don't think that changes because it has to be Arsenal has to start playing in a way that they put it on a platter for him to
Pretty
start
much, yeah.
scoring plenty of goals, pretty much. And Arsenal, they don't play like that.
He's got like 6 or 7 goals in the league, and 3 or 4 of them is penalties. So such a bad. I think he
Yeah,
got his
exactly.
He's got
Because
last
they're, they're trying,
non-penalty
yeah.
goal
because they're
in
giving him
October.
penalties to support him.
I mean, if João Pedro had taken the penalties for us, I think his number would have been quite high as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly, and I'm happy that he's just. You can say his goals are all no. You can say open play goals, not spot kicked.
He's
I'm
only got
He's
happy.
two goals,
actually
open play goals. Yeah, he's only got 2 goals in the Premier League, Gyökeres,
he's
and one of
actually
them was
on.
against
He's
us when
actually third or
Sanchez
fourth, I
gave it
think.
to him.
Sorry.
Go on, Dante.
No, I was just saying the 2 goals he scored in open play. Like, remember the Sanchez fumbled that ball and gave him a tap in, basically.
Yeah. The
So,
rebound.
yeah, he's just scored 1 goal, basically. That was not even that goal was enough.
Exactly. Oh my God, I was so angry. How can we, allow this bum to score after such a long period? That was one of the biggest complaint, and I think Sanchez was to blame for that match. But it's good that he didn't let that one performance really get to his head, and is back to the levels that he's showing this season. Really impressive by Sanchez. I think João Pedro is like third, in the list of most goals from open play, third or fourth. So that's also
Yeah, he
good.
has
His stats are good.
in the entire Premier League, right?
Yeah, in the entire Premier League, from open play is third or fourth.
Wow. That's not easy actually, and I give him credit. I was, you can say, I was one of those complaining, probably going by eye test alone and not paying attention to what numbers say. Not that is unlike me really, but I've come to realize that he's actually been good. His overall goals
He's
contribution, wow, good,
he's already
really.
got
But
16 GA for the season.
I want you to talk about your friend Victor Gyökeres. I'd say we dodged the bullet there. We weren't actually that interested.
That was too old for us, coach.
that's too old for us.
But when you say we dodged the bullet there,
I think we were
No,
interested. I think there were some good news as well that we are firmly interested.
no, I wouldn't say that way because Arsenal and Chelsea are playing two different systems. So it's so hard to say that we dodged a bullet because what if he came to Chelsea and then did very well? So football is different.
No, I think the basic, qualities of a footballer, when you watch him, I think he lacks a lot of them, and you are
Just like
playing in the same
Lukaku.
league basically. So
Just
you're
like
playing in the
Lukaku.
Yeah, just like Lukaku.
Lukaku
He's more
actually
of a
Lukaku
traditional
actually had
number
good
nine.
numbers. People actually blame Lukaku for a lot of things, but he actually had good
Take
numbers
the other
for us
person,
before
please.
that interview.
The interview ruined everything.
Yeah, he was doing decent. His numbers were good.
Wow. I would say, yeah, we've dodged the bullet there, and I'm happy. Ateta makes wingers play as touchline wingers. That's why Madrid and Saka are struggling for goals. Thank you, Arsenal, for the business, I must say. Ateta doesn't know how to use Eze and Yokers. Eze is actually an excellent 10, a good player. I'd say, in my opinion, a better creator than Bukayo Saka. But I think a bit of politics is going on there.
It's
Gyökeres
not working
struggled to
out for him.
play in that false nine role under
He's
Arteta.
flopped pretty much.
Sorry?
He's basically flopped by now. He hasn't done absolutely nothing. He did, I think, when he first came the first 2 games, but since then, absolutely nothing. But that's, like you say, politics. If they're going to
Politics,
keep
yeah.
playing Odegaard over him and stuff like that, and Saka, well,
Because he
it is
wouldn't
what
want to
it
lose
is.
the dressing room. Those are senior players there.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like I
I think
said, Saka hasn't done anything in like 24
He
games,
hasn't.
basically.
But he keeps
he looks
starting.
dangerous. Saka does look dangerous, but his output is not there.
No, he's not. Yeah, really. Arsenal under Ateta is about mechanical efficiency and zero expensive flair and freedom. Ateta would ruin Grealish and Hazard, turning them into robots. I think I said Hazard probably will leave Arsenal during the summer. I did say that. But I think he might be lucky because Gyökeres isn't performing. I'd rather Hazard over Gyökeres because Hazard has a lot more to his game. But we'll see. Arteta, yeah, I think we've addressed that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Ekitike would have been perfect for Arsenal. Possibly, I don't know. We're speaking in hindsight now. Arteta tactics will get fun. I think he's already. Listen, I watched their game against Sunderland, and I told people they were lucky to have come out with a draw on that day. And I did say, we did discuss how they won all that, but the Premier League, once you win a few, so you can say you're able to win a few consecutive games, like 5 in a row, everybody will start screaming you've won the Premier League. They might still end up winning it, but right now, no, it doesn't look it. It doesn't look it. Honestly, they struggled to create against Manchester United. Actually,
Aston Villa might surprise a lot of people.
I mean, they're playing. You can say they're playing better than Leicester City did the year they won it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In terms
The
of
only thing is,
results,
if
not
they get an
just
injury or
beautiful
two,
football.
if Villa get an injury or two, they won't do anything. They'll start dropping again.
Eventually, because I don't think they had that depth.
No, they don't. No, especially like a key player,
Mm.
like up front, or what's his name, the one we wanted as well. Yeah, if they get injured, those two, well, yeah, Rodgers.
Yeah, if he gets injured, problem. Even Talisman, if Talisman gets injured, problem.
Yeah, they will struggle. I think if they stay fit, they've got a chance to keep doing well.
They
but
can, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of happened to them as well last season. Let's not forget as well. They had a couple of injuries, and all of a sudden they fell off.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
Talisman and
Unai,
Rodgers wouldn't leave Aston Villa to be managed by a boot camp chief Arteta. Dang it, man. That's really funny. Arteta is a detriment to a free-flowing football on the ball that is susceptible to possession turnovers. For Wenger to say this, I'm waiting to see what Arsenal what they're going to say. I think some of them would turn on Wenger, really. Talisman would probably end up in Syria, or if he leaves Villa, then join Arsenal. Morgan Rogers would have struggled at Arsenal. Rodgers is a central attacking midfielder, not a natural winger. Just saying, I think that's a good argument. I think Rodgers might still end up at Chelsea. but we don't know. Portuguese league is a bang average league compared to Serie A. Our Bundesliga, no one defends in that league. Oh, am I wrong? I mean, I wouldn't go to the extent of saying no one defends. We've signed some excellent defenders from that. They do defend, but it's a more technical league than physical. Kenda is a winger. Gyökeres is a striker. But no, we're just talking about. You can say Jay's comments. Jay just talked about the concern whether, since the Portuguese league is an issue in terms of given how well what's his name Gyökeres did there and how he's struggling in the Premier League, whether with experience as such with Kenda, and that was why we started talking about how he differs. The fact that he's a much better overall player than Gyökeres. Gyökeres, I don't even know if he's capable of beating his
It's more
man.
about
I don't remember
transition.
seeing him dribbling anybody. Go ahead,
I
Jay.
was talking more about transition, how a player would transition
exactly.
from that league.
Yeah, in a simpler language, transition.
Yeah.
So let's see, what else do we have here? If you have questions, put it in the chat. We'll be rounding up soon. Let's try and address your questions. And remember, do not ask difficult questions, otherwise we'll pretend we cannot see it. Sheshko's mobility ensures he's available for the ball, and thus of why Arteta prefers him, because he work hard for the team. Gyökeres waits of his service, just like Lukaku from supporting cast, but deadly when he gets it. Lukaku will actually point where he wants it.
It's actually disrespectful to put Gyökeres in the same sentence as Lukaku.
I think I'd take Lukaku over Gyökeres.
Do you people know the numbers
I
of
wouldn't take
Lukaku?
Lukaku under
I
normal
think people don't.
circumstances. Yeah, go ahead.
People don't know the numbers of Lukaku in Premier League.
Even in
did
Italy,
well.
he did it in Italy. He's won a championship, so of course it's disrespectful. Yes.
Yeah, he did very, very well. I think I'd take him over Gyökeres.
Isn't he Everton's all-time leading goal
issue
scorer?
I had with Lukaku, his inability at the time to make dynamic runs. Once he decides, he hardly ever switches position. If you watch a striker such as what's the striker that I'm going to use as example? Who's in it? Harry Kane, for instance. Harry Kane does that. If Harry Kane is in the box, and already if a teammate orchestrated cross, and Harry Kane sees that a defender has a chance to stop the ball from reaching him, he adjusts his position and tries to get ahead of the defender. But Lukaku hardly ever does that, which is why a lot of his goals were from transition.
You got to play through him. Simple.
Yeah, you have to play through him, exactly. But he
And
doesn't
Conte knows
make
how to do
dynamic
that
runs.
very well.
Doesn't adjust his position. Hardly ever. He does sometimes, but he hardly ever does that. But Harry Kane will watch the trajectory of the ball, sense whether to move or stay where he is, dependent if anybody is there to stop it. Even sometimes he won't even let the goalkeeper get to it. That's what good strikers do. You adjust your position if you see that someone else is able to stop it. But Lukaku, he behaves in a manner as if you could say his teammates are playing against poles that don't move. He wants you to find a way and make sure he gets to his feet.
Yeah, and you have to play off him, runners off him, and that's what Conte does perfectly. And I think Gyökeres, if he goes to Napoli, I think he would do well there.
Oh yeah, Conte.
Could be. By the way, Lukaku might play against us for Napoli.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm just saying Lukaku might start for Napoli against us. He played I don't know how many minutes he played, but he is fit now. He played last night against Juventus, I think.
They lost, right?
Yeah, 3-0, I think the score
They're
was.
missing a few players, injury, but they're getting him back slowly. But I think he will be back for us. I think, yes.
And he might be able to bully our defenders because that's his thing. I haven't even actually watched him of late to see whether he's still quick.
No, coach, he's not quick. He's
lost. Again, I don't even rate Serie because a lot of the Premier League flops. Even Rasmus Højlund, he's banging goals there. That's all I need to say for the Serie A league as well.
I hope.
Physicality is a really big factor.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
It is.
There it is. If you have it there, it makes a big difference. Yeah.
I hope we beat them so we don't have to play playoffs. I don't want to do. It's gonna more games to play. Krenda being labeled a flat a track bully with his pace is a reason why most Chelsea fans fear he'd be hitting a brick wall on English soil. No, I disagree. Let's not be quick to judge him. The kid, listen, Portuguese players signed from Portuguese league. They hardly ever they don't fail in the Premier League. Yeah,
Most of
Gyökeres's case, it has to do with his overall playing ability, not just from the fact that he came from the Portuguese league.
Enzo came from the Portuguese league, right?
Exactly, a lot of good players. United is Fernandez. Is it Hernandez? Is it Hernandez or
PSG have got
Fernandez?
a couple of 2 or 3 really good ones that came. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Cristiano Ronaldo, right? For
Yeah, from the
United.
Portuguese league. Yeah, they hardly ever fail. So in Gyökeres's case, it's down to his overall playing ability. There's also, you see this guy, the Liverpool guy, Mr. and Mrs. What's his name? That misses a lot of chances, even if no goalkeeper is in the goalpost.
Darwin Nunes, yeah.
Darwin Nunes. It is down to his. You could say, I don't know why. Maybe the calibration of his feet, if I'm allowed to put it that way. He does everything else right. Gets in behind effectively, finds himself in very good positions, but his name is Mr. and Mrs. because of the sort of chances, yeah, he can
Yeah, and
miss.
sometimes, coach, it's taking that next step to a massive club where the pressure's too much for some of these players and they just can't handle it.
Yeah,
Simple as that for some of them.
but I loved his fighting spirit, though.
Yeah, he had that spirit in him because he's Uruguayan, so he's got that nastiness and fight in him. But yeah, unfortunately, I think just that next step to the really big club and that pressure of being the number 9 at a big club like that, yeah, I think for some players it's a bit too much. It just they can't handle it.
Yeah, I listen. Unfortunately, yeah, but I'm not concerned about Quenda. Anything else you guys want us to talk about before we call it a day? And let's see. It's nice to see you. It's been long since I came here. I'm happy to come back after life. Hit you with strong. I'm not sure I understand that, but it looks like you went through stuff. But anyway, happy to see you. Whatever you went through, glad that you
Must be
were able to
Must be
survive it.
from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that, bro. But nice to have you here. Glad to see that, yeah, you survived whatever it was that you went through. Gyökeres at 2 for us at the time, yeah. So taking Schoolboy the lap was a right way forward. I take the lap over Gyökeres because the lap. I know people don't usually look beyond his physical attributes to recognize the fact that he's actually a highly technical, gifted player. He can create for his teammates too. He can actually capable of operating as a winger, but he can drop deep, participate in the play. You could argue hold up play, not quite there, but he will mature into that. But other aspects of his game, he's actually good on the ball. Can create, can finish well on his day. He's had a shaky start to life as a Chelsea player, not down to him not being a good player, injuries, and the fact that no full preseason. I give him a pass, but that's just me anyway.
I agree, coach.
Yeah. Anything else the panelists want us to talk about before we call it a day?
No, I agree with that. I think the lap will get better, and I think under Rosenior you'll start to see him get slowly better and better. He's his type of striker as well, so I think he'll do very well. So I'm not too worried about him. Yes, I would take him over Gyökeres at the moment, especially age. Let's not forget he's still young. The lap's still young. Still got.
And Gyökeres has hit his peak.
He's hit his peak, already. So, and he's on 200 and I can't remember how many pounds per week. So, yeah, that was a big reason we didn't sign him either. So, good luck trying to move him if he keeps going this way. No one's gonna want to get it. They won't be able to sell him. So yeah, look, I still take Delap at the moment over Gyökeres. Yes.
Yep.
I just want to shout out for Noni. I think we have been a bit harsh for Noni Madueke, but as he being our ex-player, I want to wish him a happy anniversary. He completed a whole year for
Happy
scoring,
25th
not scoring a goal.
anniversary. Yeah,
Yeah.
25 games.
How can you go without scoring a goal for a whole year? That's some achievement.
Wow, and that's you being nice.
Yeah, obviously. At least
Where's
we are
Bobby?
happy for something.
Bobby was on the road, so probably he's somewhere now. All right, people, it's been an excellent discussion. I want to say thank you to Jay for finding the time to be part of the conversation, and of course, the captain of the community in Constantine. Big up to you. Thank you to Bobby, our senior panelist, who was also here. Thank you to MBO5, Mabaso5. Thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. We had Vic here. Vic, thank you. And this is Ines. Ines, thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. Who else is here? Weira, thank you. And to all of you, I appreciate you all for finding the time to be part of the conversation. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand.